welcome to the One Life podcast, where we give you interesting stories about individuals who have made it in life using their only one life asset that they have. And yes, you can see my guest is laughing and smiling because she knows how to use her one life to make it. And this series is focusing on Africa Day, where we're celebrating, Mother Africa. May is the month of Africa month, and 25 May is indeed Africa Day. And we are just featuring different people's personalities that have made it in the global world. And this is being brought to you by Kumusha Africa. Welcome to Nnena Fakoya Smith. Did I get it right? Nnena.
Yes, you did. You did. You did. Clap for yourself. Well done. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
I love your name, Nnena. Nnena. Is that the pronunciation, Nnena?
Nnena, yes.
With,
Nne and na.
with a twist.
Yes, Nnena. Nne and
Welcome.
na. So
Welcome to
you
the
did very
show.
well.
It's lovely to have you here. Nnena comes from the heart of Africa. We call it the Nigeria, Lagos, and she lives in Surulere. I've been to Nigeria and I enjoyed jollof, also the jollof of Ghana. We will not have that debate here, Nnena. Please, Nnena, tell me more about yourself, because you have done a lot of work in the tourism industry. You have won awards. You have done also a TED talk, and you have been everywhere, and you have brought many, many people to visit Africa. Tell me about you. Who is Nnena?
So my full name is Nnena Fakoya Smith. People know me as Ajala Nene. So Ajala Nene is like my nickname. In Nigeria, Ajala means someone that likes to travel.
Wow.
The reason why we got in that word is there was this guy in the 1970s, 1980s. He was a Nigerian man, Yoruba, the Yoruba tribe. His name was Olabisi, something Ajala.
Mm-hmm.
So what he used to do was that he lived in Europe. He would wear his traditional Yoruba outfit and travel on a tricycle around Europe. So he became quite popular. Hollywood actors wanted to meet him. So in Nigeria, when you like to travel, they call you Ajala. So they brought out the test. I wanted to have a nickname. Just call me Nene from growing up. So I said, okay, I'll put Ajala and Nene together. So that's how Ajala Nene came to be.
I borrow Ajala. I love it.
I'm a tourism promoter. What I do is that I try to do things that will promote tourism in Nigeria and Africa. I focus more on project management, events management, training within the tourism space.
Then you bring people from all over the world to visit Nigeria, which is a great country. I've been to Nigeria in 2019 and I enjoyed eating plantain. And I went to the stadium. Why Africa? Why do you do this for Africa? What's so special about Africa for you?
One clarification I just want to make here is that I'm not a tour operator, neither am I a travel agent, neither am I a travel blogger. I do a lot of other things. But the reason why people come to me, they want to travel to Africa is because I have connections to people who are travel agents, travel bloggers, travel agents, or tour operators that want to come. So based on my connections, I can able to do a tour package for you to come to Nigeria or to come to Africa. Now, to answer your question, why Africa?
Yeah.
I think it's a question that everyone should answer. Africa is a beautiful continent. We have everything. I don't think any other continent has, I may be biased, but I don't think any other continent has what we have. We have the culture, we have the environment, we have the food, we have the sun. We know we
Yeah.
have some places that have snow, like Morocco, but we have it all, and that what makes us different. And when I see non-Africans come to visit Africa, there's always that like, oh my gosh, they have all this. We don't have half of what they have. So why not Africa? It's a beautiful continent. It's our mama Africa. It's our mama continent. And for us to be able to bring the right people down here, we have to make her know. And we have to make sure that when people come, they experience the African culture, the African life, and the African vibrancy. So why not Africa?
The Afrobeats. I find it so
Well, me,
funny when I go to musical places here in Birmingham, where I'm based, and you see, even the white guys are also trying to get on the Afro beats or the Amapiano and all that. So yeah, indeed, I certainly do agree with you. I mean, Africa is very beautiful and vast, and especially the sun. I miss the sun. Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna come there and enjoy it. Also featured on TED.com. Tell me about that experience.
Okay, so I have been featured on two TEDx talk.
Mm.
Yes, two. Um, so the first one was talking about African cities, and you guys can watch that one. I think it was TEDx Apapa. Then the other one was talking about tourism crowdfunding. So I actually started a crowdfunding project where I was working on helping tour operators after COVID who didn't make money during that period to raise funds for their tourism projects or initiatives. So I did a TED talk on tourism funding. That was TEDx Ajao Estate. So for me, the TEDx platform was just to advocate for the beauty of Africa for the first one and the cities. And then the second one was to advocate for more funding for tourism initiatives, especially those who were hit by the COVID-19 that happened. You know, the industry, I think our industry was the biggest hit because people could not travel, people could
Certainly.
not go anywhere, and the airlines were not moving, or when they came back, there were extra costs. So that was what the project was about. So those are the two TEDx talk I did to promote African cities and to advocate for tourism fundings.
Wow, that's great. And our viewers, we will put them the links in the description for you to discover Nnena. 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 Tell me about your hobbies. I found one of your hobbies on your bio very interesting, collecting stamps, coins, and banknotes. Do you have the
Yeah.
Zimbabwean $1 billion
Yes, I
note?
have. Yes, I think I have it because I've been to Zimbabwe.
Oh,
I
tell
actually went
me
to the
about your
Victoria
experience
Falls.
because we are
Yeah.
promoting the getkumusha.com experience where there are exciting events happening from the 24th to the 26th of May 2025 at
Mhm.
the Zimbanete Center in
And
Havana.
if you're promoting that, guys, if you've not gone to Victoria Falls, you did not go anywhere in Africa. Like I'm telling you because I've gone there. I did almost bungee jumped, but they didn't allow me to. My family member said, Nena, don't go and bungee jump. But I did the zip lining picture. So you can see if I'll send you the video so that you can also upload that. So I think what was the question again?
It's about
So
your hobby.
line.
You say you like collecting coins and banknotes, and at one time during inflation, we had the highest note.
1 million.
We no longer use.
Yes, you guys had the highest notes. I think I don't have, I think I have when I came to Zimbabwe, I kept asking for a Zimbabwe note, but I think that time the economy wasn't too strong and you guys were doing dollars. So I don't think I was able to get a Zimbabwe note. I would check. I wasn't able, I had to spend more dollars there. But anyway, growing up, my daddy used to travel a lot. He worked in the United Nations. So anywhere he traveled, he would send us postcards, right? He would send it to my mom. And I loved collecting the postcards and the stamps on them. I just like that. For me, postcards and stamps, just if I've not been to that country, it's like it depicts the kind of country it is. So I always got excited to know the postcards. And anytime he came back, he would collect the coins and their banknotes and keep them. So as I grew older, he started giving me the coins and banknotes for every country he traveled to. Then when he died in 2006. I inherited all his coins, all his banknotes, all the stamps. So that has been a hobby. And because of that, I got featured on Forbes Africa in 2018 for my collection of my banknotes and stamps and postcards and all. It's a hobby I still do. Anytime I travel to any country, I try to get the money, get the coin, and send a postcard to one of my favorite friends, my pen pal for about 12 years. Any country I go to, I send her a postcard. So it's just a hobby of mine. I think for me, it's just a way of connecting with the country that I'm visiting or I haven't visited before.
Lovely, lovely. I'm sure you must be very rich if you sell those. You know, you can make a lot of
Amen.
money. So don't tell people
Amen.
your address.
Amen.
One of the things that I found interesting also on your bio is that I mean you do promote a lot of tourism. You're a connector because you're connected and you network with people. You also received an award. I think you participated in twice the African Youth in Tourism Innovation Challenge organized by the Africa Tourism Partners. Can you tell me something about that experience and
All
what it
right.
meant for you?
And to also add, it was in collaboration with United Nations Tourism, so it was a big deal.
Ooh,
For the two competitions, the first one was I think 2019.
2019, yeah, South Africa.
Yeah, that one held in South Africa. I couldn't go to South Africa, so I attended virtually. I did a project on tourism academy. I created an online tourism academy where we could train, because I'm into training, where we could train startups or newbies in the tourism space on how to navigate the ecosystem. So I made top three. Then the 2021 2021 was for the tourism crowdfunding thing I talked about that I started after COVID just to help raise funds for tourism initiatives. So I made top five. I didn't make the top three, but I made the top five. But those two, that one happened in Ghana. So the first one was South Africa, second one was in Ghana. Then and subsequently I ended up being an MC because I also do MC. I'm a Masters of Ceremony. I do Masters of Ceremony for events. I MC the competition again in 2022 in Namibia. So it was like I think for me that platform really elevated me in the Pan-African space. People got to see what I'm doing in the tourism space, and even though I didn't win any of the competitions, I love the visibility it gave me and other people that I've been promoting on my platform.
Very interesting and exciting. You have been in those platforms, which means you do have a lot to share with the world. Tell me more about what you're currently doing, what you're currently studying, because I found it very interesting when we were talking before the show.
Hmm. So, sorry, I have a cough. Let me just take water. I have a dry cough.
A bit of what, and
Yes, I
I
did
would
this part.
I would take a bit of a sip of my coffee.
Thanks for joining me. So, last last year I was just looking at okay, not last year, like 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I need to upgrade myself. I can see I'm doing a lot in the media, digital space, but I don't have the professional backing and all. I organize events like virtual summits. I do events that promote people, but I needed more. So I told myself, okay, I want to play in the tourism media space where I'm helping to promote what I'm doing basically with my podcast and everything, but in a much grander scale, hopefully working with the government and tourism bodies. So I went back to redo my master's. I've not done my master's before. The last time I went to school was 12 years ago. So it's been a big deal trying to understand adult schooling.
I know the feeling.
Oh gosh. So I went back to I'm currently doing my master's in media and communications at Pan Atlantic University. It's here in Lagos, Nigeria. And for me, I think it was just good to go back to school to learn something that has to do with media and communication. I have a background in sociology and community relations. So I don't really have a media background. But with everything I've been doing for the past 7 years, I needed to go back to that. And it's been quite interesting because right now I'm doing my project. As I'm talking to you, before we started our meeting, I was working on my project. So my project is on exploring multi-channel digital marketing and how it helps with sustainable development in the Nigerian tourism space. So it's a really big project, and I'm doing both qualitative and quantitative projects. So that's a lot, but I'm excited because the whole plan is to relaunch my company, that's Nnena Hub Limited, into like a tourism media company. So right now, that's what I'm working towards. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing my master's and making the best of my project so that I can use it as a structure for revamping my business.
That's lovely. I mean, you have such an interesting a story, and you're building up on on what you have a certain understanding of. I need these skills, therefore I need to study this. I need these skills, therefore I need to get connected with these people. Somehow you are just growing your brand in ways
Yeah.
that I find very interesting. I mean, you are the very first a person that we're featuring on this podcast, which is very, very, very new. And probably I may need someone in the media and communications with
Don't
certain
worry, we get there. I've
absolutely.
done 3 seasons of my podcast, so I know it's not easy, but you have to be consistent. So kudos for starting, and thank you for making me the first person. I'm honored.
I'm very honored to have you on board. Um, what would you say to maybe young Black Africans, young Africans in general, who are probably interested in going into the same industry or area that you are in the tourism sector? They could be maybe they've done maybe a degree in tourism and management, and they do not know how to navigate. What advice would you give them?
First and foremost, go and listen to my podcast, See the World, Dajala Nene. The whole reason why I started that podcast was I wish I had these advices I'm hearing from these tourism veterans or tourism people who are already doing stuff in the tourism space. I wish I had um just heard their stories before I started, right? Because the tourism space is not just for anyone. I'm sorry to say that. You have to be passionate about it, and it's not a get rich quick industry. That's just be the honest truth,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be consistent to grow in the industry. So your passion and your consistency will help you grow. So you've gotten the certificate, you've done the studies, but the work itself is different from what you studied in school. You need to practice it. So look for podcasts like mine, listen to people's stories, learn from them, and also look for opportunities to work with people. You may start first working pro bono just to grow. But while you're doing that, my advice is that also have something else that you're making money from. And I say this just to be very honest, because like I said, the tourism industry is not the type it does come. Unless you want to be a tour operator or a travel agent, you can start and work with other people and grow from there. But if you want to be like a tourism promoter like myself, or a travel blogger, a travel vlogger, or a destination manager, you have to start from somewhere. Networking is very important. Attending events, conferences where you meet people, and then collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. What I'm doing here right now with you guys is collaboration, right? Because you have a platform, I have a platform, you're bringing me here to showcase me to the world. Collaborate, 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 and look for opportunities to do IT in people's office. Like I said, sometimes you may start first, pro bono, free, but you grow from there. Once again, have a side hustle while you're building this beautiful business and career. Unless you're working in hospitality where you have a job like maybe a waitress, um, uh, um, a hotel manager, you can grow from there. But if you want to do it on your own, like start as an entrepreneur, make sure that you do that networking collaboration, at least do pro bonos once in a while, just to build your portfolio and grow from there. That's how I started. And let's be honest with you. Unless you, like I said, unless you're building a career, look for the right people to work with and grow from there.
You know, I like networking, and it's one of the things that I have just come to realize it's one of my strengths. And when I tell people, put me in a space, and if I need to get numbers for someone who has something to do with what I am interested in, I would definitely
Mm,
get them. And don't be shy.
get it.
And people are just so shy. You know, they're like, oh, we're small. Oh, maybe I'm just no. We need to move.
Mm,
I just want to ask you one thing because I like talking about one life and just maybe to say a bit since this is the first show, one life podcast came as a result of myself realizing that I have only one life and I want to make my one life count. And I do it through motivational speaking and mentorship programs. And this platform is to bring people, to share their one life. In your
mm.
one life, what lessons have you learned from your ups and downs or from your journey? And what would you say to someone who is probably going through a tough time in their life currently and do not know where to look at?
So I have an email list where I share every month with my subscribers. And at the end of my email, I always write this before I sign off. Life is short. Live it to the fullest. That's like my closing stuff. And I learned that from my dad, who was a very vibrant person. Life is short. Make the best of it. Like you said something like, I want to collect somebody's number. Don't be afraid. Hi, as the person who says no, right? But be bold enough to make those steps that would get you to where you need to go to in life. Because life is only once. You can say now that, oh, I want to go for this conference. And you go to the conference and you don't make friends with people or connect with people. The people there may be the people that will help you move forward to where you need to go to. So make that bold step to go to that conference and to connect with people. Life is too short.
Life
Live it to the
is too
fullest,
short.
basically.
Life is too short. Make the most use of it. That's the message that goes to you who are watching. Make use of your life. Do not fear. Go out in the world and make it. You can make it. This coming Africa Day, what are you planning for yourself or your family or anyone? I don't know. We have Africa Day coming up on the 25th. Is there anything for us to look forward to? I've got too many friends in Lagos, especially Sulurele,
Mm.
who may want to join in anything that's happening
Um,
as we celebrate our
for
mother.
now, for now, not that I know of, but I know that in Nigeria we always try to celebrate something. I think last time I did something was I did a interview with some tourism professionals in Africa, not just Nigeria, and it was quite fun. This year, no, I'm focusing on my master's. So any other thing that's going to distract me, I'm not doing. But I trust my Nigerian people. I'm sure people are going to do something, and I will share with you when the link starts sharing.
Lovely,
But
lovely.
I'm very happy for you guys. Congratulations on launching your event, and I hope it'll be very successful.
Yes, yes, we are having a big party from the 24th to the 25th of May in Zimbabwe. If you're in Zimbabwe during these times, please just go to the links below in the description where you will see that getkumusha.com, www.getkumusha.com. We are planning a big bash for you, an African bash. We have Zugure, I wish we could get the Ghanaian ones, with the flair. But we have the Zimbabwean and the Malawian styles. They are going to be there. We have Tamba Africa. They do acrobatic dances and all that. And we have our people from Zimbabwe, Mbira, the African Tampiano coming from Zimbabwe. So lots of fun for people. Just check our website and you can be part and parcel of this. And we want to take this to the whole continent of Africa. It's time for me to let go, my friend. Nnena, you told me you give me a name. What's the name you're giving me? I want a Nigerian name now before we say bye to our people.
Hmm. I'm Igbo. My tribe is Igbo, so I'll give you an Igbo name. I think I'll call you Ikenna. You look like an Ikenna.
Ikenna.
Ikenna. Ikenna Chukwu. That means the greatness of God.
Oh, I love it. Ikenna. My name is Ikenna Batanai from One Life. And I have been featuring Nnena Fakoya Smith, who is someone who has done a lot to promote Africa, to make sure that you enjoy what Mother Earth has given. And we are saying, you have one life, make it count. She is making her one life count. You should too. So see you next time as we feature more of interesting people like Nnena. Cheers.
All right, Ikenna Chukwu, the strength of God.
Ikenna, the
Well
strength
done.
of God.